During the 2+2 dialogue, we also exchanged views on developments in our neighboring regions. Afghanistan was understandably a major subject of discussion. We agreed that the international community must be united in its approach, guided by UN Security Council Resolution 2593.
My question is to Dr. Jaishankar. Sir, you mentioned that Afghanistan was discussed, so maybe you can give us some idea to what extent Afghanistan was discussed, and is there going to be a common approach between India and Australia in dealing with the problems emanating from Afghanistan region?
We had a very detailed exchange of views, and our approach is very similar. In a way, it is summed up by the UN Security Council Resolution 2593, which emphasizes most of all that Afghanistan must not allow its soil to be used in any manner by anybody for terrorism. But apart from that, there were issues of concern about the inclusiveness of the dispensation, concerns about treatment of women and minorities, matters related to travel of Afghans, issues regarding humanitarian assistance. So it is an evolving situation. I think it was a good exchange of notes, but I think perhaps Minister Payne would like to speak for Australia's position.
Thank you, Dr. Jaishankar, and thank you for the question. We do share very strong interests in ensuring that Afghanistan never again becomes a safe haven for the breeding or the training of terrorists, and that is an abiding concern of the international community. For Australia's part, we're also very focused on seeking safe passage for those in Afghanistan, citizens, foreign nationals, visa holders of other countries who seek to leave Afghanistan. And we have urged that they be allowed to leave safely, and that means are available for them to do so. We're very conscious of the impact of violence and breaches of human rights on the Afghanistan community, and again would call for those human rights, fundamental human rights, to be observed. Humanitarian assistance will be a very important focus for the international community. We know that not only the recent events will have exacerbated any issues that were already being dealt with, but the ongoing drought, the significant internal and external displacement of citizens, the need for the World Food Programme, the UNHCR, the International Organisation for Migration, to be allowed unimpeded and safe access to provide humanitarian support is something which is very front of mind for Australia and for the international community. And I would also strongly reinforce Australia's views in relation to the position of women and girls. For 20 years, we have worked with the international community and the people of Afghanistan to ensure that the circumstances for women and girls in relation to education, participation in the workforce, the protection of their basic rights were preserved and in fact allowed to grow. And there are many women and girls who attest to the achievements of those 2 decades, and Australia stands with other members of the international community in seeking to ensure that that is not wound back, and the participation of women and girls in their own right, in a just way in the community, is allowed to continue.